talking about?
The Matrix.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes.
Bijna iedereen, als niet iedereen, zegt: de reden is zonder enige twijfel van groot belang binnen het Jodendom. Wij denken logisch.
Er zijn ook rekenkundige, geometrische getallenwaarden bekend in de Torah die precies voorschrijven wat hier en daar moet staan en hoe de onderlinge verhouding is en de afstanden tussen de letters. Al dit soort dingen zijn meegegeven in die mondelinge tradities.
Wij denken logisch.
We kunnen met de computer laten zien dat elk boek van de Torah zich identificeert als ik ben de Torah met een bepaalde getallencode die in de oude geschriften beschreven staat.
Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
Precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
When I first made the correlations between Kabbalah and science, I was stunned.
We do know that Isaac Newton had access to certain mystical texts. Certain texts of the Kabbalah.
Well, the Kabbalistic description of creation is coming from a single little point, from a speck, and of having matter form and time and space form all together at the very beginning. This sounds very much to me like the description of the Big Bang.
I couldn't believe that the Kabbalists could derive these truths without really knowing any mathematics or physics.
It is certainly true that in string theory, the number 10 is the dimension of space-time for supersymmetrical string theories, and 26 for bosonic string theories stand out as a requirement of the mathematics.
According to the Book of Formation, the 10 Sephirot, or the decimal system, was chosen naturally. It was a natural choice out of many choices. So if the decimal system is a natural selection, it is also a divine selection, since nature equals to Elohim, God, both 86 in Gematria. If nature chose the decimal system, it means that God chose it, and not only for math, but as a base for the Hebrew alphabet, his language. The diagram of 10 Sephirot illustrates the way in which Yesod receives the flow of light, in Kabbalistic terms, from all 8 spheres preceding it. See how the 3 lines in the tree of life descend into 9, from the right line of Chesed, grace, or mercy, and from the left line of Gevurah, courage, and judgment, and from the middle line of Tiferet. Yet only 9, Yesod, is directly related to the 10th Sephirah, Malchut. Malchut 496 is the sum of the gematria values of all 22 Hebrew letters, from Aleph 1 to Tav 400. In other words, the dialogue between 9 and 10, between Yesod and Malchut, between foundation and kingdom, is done by means of math, the decimal system, and the 22 Hebrew letters. Another proof to the close relationship between 9 and Adam is found in the 9th row of the mathematical matrix explained in my video called The Hebrew Language and the Laws of Nature. In the 9th row, we find Adam, 45, Perach, flower, 288, see the nonagon flower and the flower of life, which is also the sum of the Sephirot, Chesed, plus Gevurah, the 4th and the 5th, and Emet, truth, 441. Yesod, attributed to Joseph, is situated on the middle line attributed to Jacob. Give chesed, grace, to Abraham, right side, emet, truth, to Yaakov, middle line. Indeed, 441, truth, is found in Yesod, number 9 on the middle line. Yesod in Gematria, 80, is the letter Peh, meaning mouth or language. At the age of 80, Moses stood heavy-mouthed, Kvad Peh, before Pharaoh. Kvad, 26, is Jehovah, and Peh, written Pei, Hey, is 85, and so Moses spoke Peh, the language of Jehovah, Kvad. The combination of the two words heavy mouth, Kvad Peh, 26, plus 85 equals 111, meaning Aleph. So, at the age of 80, old Moshe knew the Aleph Bet in Hebrew, the language of Jehovah. Yesod 9 is the control center of all the numbers and all the 27 Hebrew letters. Hebrew mathematics begin with the fact that each letter is a number. And when we place 27 letters and their geometric values in 3 circles of 9 digits, we see that there are only 9 units, 9 tens, 9 hundreds, and Aleph, which is written the same as Aleph returns to 1. From 1 to 9 are 9 units, letters Aleph through Tet. From 10 to 90 are 9 tens, from Yod up to Tzadik. From 100 to 900 are 9 hundreds, from Kuf up to final Tzadik. 1000 returns to 1, since thousands are calculated as units. In the diagram on the right, the 27 letters are arranged in 3 rows and 9 columns according to their geometric value: a row of units, a row of tens, and a row of hundreds. The first column on the right totals 111, Aleph, and the last column on the left sums up to 999, in Gematria, Minister of Hosts, Sar Tzvaot, or Army of Letters. Aleph illustrates its special relationship with geometry. It begins with a prologue, demonstrating how its geometric value, 111, is a dimension in a decimal square. To illustrate this, let's draw a square 100 on 100, marked in blue, cross it into 2 rectangles, and discover 111 as the length of the diagonal. Aleph is tilted at a 26-degree angle. 26 equals Yehovah. The immediate revelation of Aleph and Yehovah proves that Hebrew is a natural scientific language that operates with decimal geometry. Hebrew transcends to new realms such as math and geometry. Mathematically, 111 denotes tenfold. 1 time 1, 1 times 10, 1 times 100, and 1000. And while using 111 as a radius, the golden ratio appears: 1.618, and 161.8, and 61.8, the word I am. The golden ratio is a natural law, also known as the divine proportion. Indeed, the proportion 1.618 is revealed alongside divinity, the holy name Yehovah 26, and Aleph, the first letter of the divine language. Is it possible that sacred geometry in Hebrew is a new understanding? Or perhaps we see a geometric proof that is just being rediscovered today. How come there are no books about it? One way or another, even in antiquity, few Greeks like Aristotle, Pythagoras, and Plato studied geometry, since it is always possible to see the voices, read letters, and measure words. It is the same geometry ever since. This is the reason and the result of Gematria in Hebrew. It is meant exactly for such calculations. the diameter of a circle with Aleph as a radius, 222, means bless, and other words composed of the same three roots letters, such as kruv, cherub, to combine, or kvar, the Babylonian river Kvar, where divine visions occur, or rechev, vehicle, rechev Israel. Aleph is found in 100 on 100 square, but 4 such squares are needed to detect letter Bet, 412, as the length of a diagonal, passing through the 4 of them. The existence of Bet with dimension 400 is a direct reference to God's assurance to Abraham regarding 400 years in Egypt. The word years in Gematria 400 is the letter Tav. In other words, Aleph to Tav 400 create a linguistic, mathematical, and geometrical framework. As written in the Passover Haggadah, At ptachlo, At Aleph, Tav, open the door for anyone asking, what is this work? The key rests within the language, and Bet is Bait, the house of God.